Welcome to my today's topic. Today we will be discussing chapter 4 from NCERT, that is parts and wholes. Okay, so in this chapter we will learn about the fractions with the help of some common examples or live examples and activities. Okay, so as you see here, you can see our Indian flag. Okay, now start. Here is, you must have seen the flag of your country. Do you know how to draw the flag? Draw a rectangle of length 9 cm and width 6 cm. Divide it into 3 equal parts and complete the flag. Here you can see here in Indian flag we are having 3 parts. One is saffron, another part is white, this part, and the last part is green. We are having 3 parts and one Ashok Chakra in the middle of white space, okay, or white color. Okay, now the top 1/3 of our flag is saffron, already we have discussed, or orange. Here it is. The question is next, what is the color of middle 1/3 of the flag? Where will you draw the Ashok Chakra? So the color of the middle 1/3 of the flag is white. We can see here is white. Okay, and also we can see the Ashok Chakra is in the middle of white portion of the flag. So we will draw the Ashok Chakra in the middle of white portion of the flag. Next question is, how much of the flag will you color green? 1/3 portion of the flag will be colored green. Okay, so we have to color the 1/3 portion of the flag, Indian flag, as green. Okay, next is the white color now less than 1/3 of the flag? Yes, as you see here, white color is less than 1/3 of the flag because Ashok Chakra is present in the middle of the white portion. So we can say that white color is less than 1/3 of the flag. But we cannot say the same thing for orange and green. Okay, because orange is 1/3 portion of the flag, and also the green color is 1/3 portion of the color of the flag. Okay, now here it is the next written here that, now look at this flag, how much of it is black? Here at first you can see here flag of Afghanistan. So as you can see here, here also we are having 3 parts. Okay, 1/3 portion is black, 1/3 portion is green, and 1/3 portion less than 1/3 portion basically. So as you see here, if you look at the flag of Afghanistan, similarly like Indian flag, we are having 3 parts here. Okay, now the question is here, how much of it is black? So what will be 1/3 portion, because the total part is 3. Okay, and we are choosing only one part, that is the black part. That means we are choosing one part out of the total part 3. Okay, so the part is 1/3 that contains the black. Okay, next question here you can see, the green part of the flag can be written as, what will be? This part also we can write as 1/3. Okay, got it? Next is red less than 1/3 of the flag, and why? Yes, already we have discussed the same thing in the Indian flag also, as in the middle of the Indian flag Ashok Chakra is there. So we can also say here, as the symbol is here in the middle, so the red color is less than 1/3 of the flag. Okay, got it? Okay. Next, you can see the flag of Myanmar. Here it is, the flag of Myanmar. Okay, so Myanmar is the country, our neighbor country. So this is the flag of Myanmar. Now the question is blue more than 1/4 of the flag or less? If you see in the picture, we can see that blue color is less than 1/4 of the flag. Okay. Now the next is how much of the flag is red? Is it more than 1/2? That means half. Is it more than 3/4? As you see here, it is more than half, and also it is more than 3/4. Okay, got it? Here if you see at this figure, we can say easily the red portion of the flag is more than half. Okay, because if you divide the flag into two equal parts, so we can see that it is more than half portion. Okay, also it is more than, we can say, 3/4, then 3/4. Next, here is some other flags also. You have to find out. Here you have to find out as many flags as you can, and you have to find out the colors. Okay, and you have to find out the parts of these flags. Okay, so obviously you can do it for other flags also. Okay, next, here is the magic top. Magic top means you have, if you want to make this type of magic top, here it is, like that way, the magic top. Then at first you have to take the cardboard piece, then we have to draw a circle using the radius 3 cm, and you have to cut it out, then divide the circle into 8 equal parts. Here as you see, different colors with the different colors, then each part will be the 1/8 of the circle. Then make the color, the cardboard equal part with different colors. Okay, as you see here. Okay, and then push a matchstick through the center of the circle. Here is the matchstick. Okay, okay, then your magic top is ready. Spin it fast, then you can see many colors are there. Okay, and you have to note it down, the observation, what you are getting. Okay, now next is the practice time. Here also we are having the chocolate bar. Here is a chocolate bar, as you see here. Okay, so here the statement is Manju had a chocolate. That means this chocolate bar. She gave 1/4 of it to Raji, 1/3 to Sugatha, and 1/6 to Sila. Then she ate the remaining part. How many pieces of chocolate did each get? Okay, so Manju had this chocolate bar. Okay, this chocolate bar. So here if you, so now if you want to count the number of bits in the chocolate, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. So there are 12 bits in the chocolate. Now in the question written that she gave 1/4 of it. Of it means 12 to Raji. So 1/4 of 12 means 1/4 multiplied with 12, because of means multiplication. So if we multiply, so it will be 12/4. That means we have to divide 12 by 4, so we are getting 3 as quotient. So we can say that she gave 1/4 of it, that means the chocolate, to Raji, that is 3 bites. Okay, next is Sugata. Here in the question written that Sugata got 1/3 of it. So 1/3 of it means 1/3 multiplied with 12. So here it will be 12 by 3, because 12 into 1, that is 3, and here 12 by 1 means here 3 into 1, that is 3. So 12 by 3 means if we divide, then we will get 4. That means Sugata got 1/3 of it, that means 4 bites. Okay, sorry, 4 bits. Okay, okay. Next, Sheila got 1/6 of it, written in the question. So 1/6 of it means 1/6 of 12, that is 1 by 6 into 12. So it will be 12 by 6, that means 2. That means Sheila got 2 bits. Okay, got it. Next is the question, what part of the chocolate Manju ate? So the part of the chocolate remains with Manji will be total number of chocolate bits is equal to 12, we know, and then we are having 3 bits for Raji, 4 for Sugata, and 2 bits for Sheila. So remaining part is 12, and here it is in the 4 plus 2 6 plus 3 9. So 12 minus 9, that is 3, that means 3 bits. So the part remaining now it's 3 bits. So therefore Manju eat 3 bits of chocolate. Okay, now in the next, here we have to color the hats, as you can see here in this figure. Okay, so you are having the hats here, all the hats are here. So we have to color all the hats. Okay, and here all the statements are given. Color 1/3 of the hats red, color 3/5 hats blue. Okay, then the question, how many hats did you color red, how many hats did you color blue, what part of the hats are not colored? We have to find out one by one. Okay, so at first we have to find out the number of hats to be colored red. Okay, as mentioned here, color 1/3, that means 1/3 of the hats red. So here at first we have to count the number of hats. So if you count here, we will have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 and 15. So there are 15 hats. Okay, so we have to color 1/3 of the hats, that means 1/3 of means multiply sign, and total number of hats is 15. Total number of hat is 15. So here 15/3, the part is 15/3. So 15/3 means it is 5. So that means out of 15 hats we have to color the hats red, the number is 5. Okay, so 5 hats to be colored red. Okay, next one is color 3/5 hats blue. 3/5 means 3/5 into of the total number of hat, that is 15. So here it is 3 into 15, that is 45. 45 by 5, that is 9, that means 9 hats. So out of 15 we have to color 9 hats blue. Okay, got it. So already we are having 5 heads are colored red, 9 heads to be colored as blue. Okay, so the next question here it is, what part of the heads are not colored? What part of the heads are not colored? Okay, so number of heads colored, that is 5 heads are colored red, 9 heads are colored blue. So total number of heads to be colored, that is 14. Okay, 14. Okay, and now total number of heads is 15. So the number of heads not colored will be 15 minus 14, that is equal to 1. Okay, so we can say that total number of parts or head is 15 and number of heads not colored, that is 1. So that means we can say that 1 by 15th part of the heads are not colored. Okay, now go to the next. Here are the some activities, you can do it yourself. Here are 6 parts of the rectangle. Okay, now it is greedy gatekeepers. Okay, so we know the name Birbal, the clever minister of King Akbar. Okay, here we will learn how to become a minister. So Birbal was then a young boy living in a village. Okay, he was very clever from the childhood and could write poetry. Okay, now he thought he would try his luck in the king's court. So he took some of his poem and set off for the city. So here king's court means king's palace. Okay, so he took some of his poems and set off for his city. That means set off means he just started his journey to the king's palace. When he reached the outer gate of the palace, okay, that means the king's palace, he was stopped by the gatekeeper. You know, gatekeeper was standing in front of the palace. So he stopped the Birbal. Hey, stop here, why are you going? Shouted the gatekeeper. So gatekeeper called him, okay, to stop. Then Birbal replied, I am a poet. I want to see King Akbar and show my poems to him. He replied. That means Birbal replied to the gatekeeper that he was a poet. Okay, and he wanted to see King Akbar and show his poems to him. Then hearing it, the gatekeeper replied, oh, you are a poet. The king is kind. Okay, that means the king is soft hearted. He will surely give you a prize. Okay, I will let you in if you give me 1 by 10 of your prize. He demanded. Gatekeeper demanded that he should be gifted 1 by 10 of the prize. So the gatekeeper then replied that he will allow Birbal if she agrees to give 1 by 10th of the prize. Okay, next young Birbal agreed since he had no other options or way. When he went in, the gatekeeper calculated, if Birbal gets 100 gold coins, I will get, what will be the coins? He demanded about 1/10 of the price. So if the price is 100 gold, so it will be 1/10 of 100, that is 10. So 10 gold coins. Okay, so the gatekeeper calculated, if Birbal gets 100 gold coins, he will get 10 gold coins. The poet came to a second gatekeeper. Okay, this gatekeeper also said, I will let you in if you give me 2/5, that means 2/5 of the price. The poet agreed. Okay, so the next gatekeeper also demanded the same, but the different fraction of price, 2/5. Okay, the poet agreed. The gatekeeper happily calculated, the poet will get at least 100 gold coins, so I will get how many gold coins? 2/5, 2/5 of 100. So what will be? It will be 200/5, that means 40 coins. Okay, so the next gatekeeper thought that he would get 40 gold coins. Okay, the poet reached the last gate. The gatekeeper said, I will allow you to see the king if only you give me half of the prize that you get. Okay, the poet had no other way. He agreed and went inside. Okay, so here the last gatekeeper demanded half of the prize. The gatekeeper thought, today is a great day. If the poet gets 100 gold coins, I will get how many gold coins will be? Half of 100, that will be 50. So 50 gold coins. But if he gets 1000 coins, wow, I will get how many? So half of 1000 will be 500. Okay, so if the poet gets 100 gold coin, so the gatekeeper will have half of it, that means 50 gold coin. If the poet gets 1000 coins, then the gatekeeper, the last gatekeeper will get half of it, that means 500 coins. Okay, so the king was very happy with the poems and said, your work is very good. You can ask anything as your prize. Okay, so king asked to demand for the prize. Then the poet replied, my lord, that means my king, I want 100 slaves. Okay, I want 100 slaves. What 100 slaves? King replied. The king was shocked hearing that. Now you can think what happened. So what happened after that? You can assume here. Instead of money, the poet, that means Birbal, demanded for slaves. So it is very much funny story. Okay, so by that way the poet, that means Birbal, gave the reply. Now it is Ramu's vegetable field. Ramu's vegetable field has 9 equal parts. Here you can see 9 equal parts. Now the question is, the first question is, what vegetables does he grow? Okay, so as you see here in this figure, there are varieties of vegetables. So for the question, if you want to give the answer, so Ramu should grow chilies, potatoes, brinjals, tomatoes and spinach in his vegetable field. Okay. Now the question is, which vegetable grows in the biggest part of his field? If is the question, then we have to find it out. Which vegetable grows in the biggest part of the field? What part? So if you see in this figure, easily you can see that he grows tomato in the biggest part of the field. Okay, because if you see in this figure, so there are 9 equal parts, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, and out of 9 equal parts, 3 of them contains tomato. That means the part is 3 by 9. So 3 by 9th part of his field contains tomato. Okay, that means he grows tomato in the biggest part of the field. Now the next question is, on what part of the field does he grow potatoes? So if you see here, you can see that out of 9 equal parts, 2 of them, one is here, contains potato. So that means we can say 2 by 9th part of his field contains potato. Okay, next question is, what part of the field is used to grow spinach and what part is used for brinjals? So out of 9 equal parts, only 1 part contains spinach. Here it is, spinach. Okay, so 1 by 9th part of his field contains spinach, and out of 9 equal parts, 2 parts here contains brinjals. So that means you can say 2 by 9th part of his field contains brinjals. Okay, now you write some questions by looking at this figure. So we can try to write some questions looking at this figure. Okay, now we are going to the next part. Here you can see Ramu wanted to give these vegetables to his friends. Okay, now he gave Abu Bakr 1/5 of these tomatoes, as you see here, and 1/3 of the potatoes to Abu Bakr. Okay, Srija got 2/5 of the tomatoes and 3/6 of the potatoes. Okay, Nancy got the rest of the vegetables. Then circle Abu Bakr's share in blue and Srija's share in yellow. So as you see here, you can see total number of tomatoes here is 20 and potatoes is 18. Okay, now we are trying to find out first the number of potatoes and tomatoes Abu Bakr got. So Abu Bakr got 1/5 of the tomatoes. So total number of tomatoes is 20 and Abu Bakr got 1/5 into 20. So that means 20/5 is equal to 4. That means Abu Bakr got 4 tomatoes, and here it is 1/3 of the potatoes. So he got 1/3 and total number of potatoes is 18. So 18/3, that is 6. So that means Abu Bakr got 6 potatoes and 4 tomatoes. Next is Srija. Srija got 2 by 5 of the tomatoes. So of means multiplication sign. So 2 by 5 of the tomatoes, that means multiplied with the number of tomatoes, we know here it is 20. So that means 20 into 2, that is 40, and that is 5. So 40 by 5, that is 8. So Srija got 8 tomatoes and 3 by 6 of the potatoes. So 3 by 6 of means multiplication sign, and then number of potatoes 18. Sorry, number of potatoes is 18. So it will be 54 by 6. So it will be 9. Okay, so Srija got 8 tomatoes and 9 potatoes. So now we have to find out for Nancy. Nancy got the rest of the vegetables. So total number of vegetables including potatoes and tomatoes equal to 20 plus 18, that is 38. Number of vegetables got by Abu Bakr and Srija will be 4 plus 6 plus 8 plus 9. Total is 27. So out of 38, 27 already distributed to Abu Bakr and Srija. So Nancy will get 38 minus 27, that is 11 vegetables here. Okay, got it? Now we have to circle Abu Bakr's share in blue and Srija's share in yellow. Okay, so if we change the color here, we can make it first yellow. So yellow for Srija, so that means 8 tomatoes we can mark here. Okay, 8 tomatoes for Srija and 9 potatoes for Srija. Okay, and for Abu Bakr 4 tomatoes here and 4 potatoes. Okay, four tomatoes and 6 potatoes. So we can mark circle here as 6. Okay, so we can do it properly by your own. Okay, next is page number 16. We'll gaze and check here what part of each shape here is colored. Guess the answer, then check. Okay, now if you see this figure, we can say that 1 by 8 of the shape is colored. How? Here if we divide the shape into 8 equal parts here, like that way. Okay, so total number of parts is 8 and 1 is colored in sky. So we can say here 1 by 8 of the shape is colored in this figure. Now look at the next figure here. In this figure, if you see, it is a type of rectangle. Now if we break or divide the shape into 6 equal parts, then we can say that only one part is colored in pink. So we can say that 1 by 6 of the shape is colored. Okay, Go to the next. Now if you see the figure number 3 here, by looking at the figure we can say that at first we are making the division. We are dividing the full figure into equal 9 parts. Now you can see that only 2 parts are colored in red, so you can say that 2 by 9 of the shape is colored in this figure. Okay, now look in the next figure. So now if you want to divide this figure into equal parts, here will be 15 equal parts. Okay, and out of 15 we are having 4 parts colored in pink, so we can say that 4 by 15 of the shape is colored in this figure. Okay, now look here in the color parts. Here first, this circle is divided into 2 equal parts. Okay, out of equal dash parts, one part is colored blue. What will be? Out of equal 2 parts, one part is colored here. As you see here, one part is colored blue. Okay, now the next figure. In the next figure, here the circle is divided into 4 equal parts. You can see here 2 in blue, 2 in pink. Out of 4 equal parts, parts 2 are colored in blue. Okay, so here it will be 4 equal parts. Out of 4 equal parts, it will be 2 parts that are in blue. Next, in 3, in this figure, here the circle is divided into 6 equal parts, and out of 6 equal parts, 3 parts are colored in blue and remaining 3 are in pink. Okay, and in the next figure, as you see here, the circle is divided into 8 equal parts. Out of 8 equal parts, only 4 parts are colored in blue and 4 in pink. Okay, so we can say that half equal to 2 by 4th. Here it is 2 out of 4, and here it is 3 out of 6, and here it is 4 out of 8. Okay, all these are equal. Now here the next is cutting halwa. Ramesh bought a piece of halwa for his children Ammu and Anu. Okay, now he divided it equally for them. So first of all, each will get how many parts of halwa? Very simple. Each will get half part of halwa. Okay, because he divided it equally for them. So there are 2, so the equal part will be half. So each will get half part of halwa. Next is, this piece is too big, we cannot eat it, they said. So he divided the pieces into half again. Now how many pieces will Ammu get? So Ammu get 2 pieces. Ammu get 2 pieces. Very simple. Next is, what part of the halwa is it? If we see here, okay, so what will be the part? Half part of halwa is it? Okay, because if we divide the both, so the total number of pieces will be 4, and it is 2 out of 4. Okay, next is, make it even smaller, Dad, they asked. So he again cut the halwa into smaller pieces. Okay, thank you dad. So now how many pieces will get, each will get? So if again this will be divided, so we can say that Ammu and Anu get 4 pieces each. Okay, now the next the question is, what part of the halwa is each piece now? So now the question is, what part of halwa is each piece now? So it will be 1/8 part of halwa. Next, if Ramesh had cut the halwa into 6 equal parts, how many pieces would each have got? So what will be? If Ramesh had cut the halwa into 6 equal parts, so each will get 3 pieces of halwa. Okay, so then it will be half, then it will be 2/4, then it will be 3/6, then it will be 4/8, then it will be 5/10, and then it will be 6/12. Okay, so do it yourself watching this video. Next is parts of the strip. So look at the picture here. Write what part of the strip is each green piece. Write the part of the piece of each color. So as you see here, so all the parts will be, if you enlarge this figure here, now you can see this. We have to find out the strip that is colored in green. So here there are 2 parts, so 1, that means each will be half, and here there are 8 parts, total number of parts is 8, so each will be 1/8. Okay, each will be 1/8. Okay, so next question is, how many 1/4 will make a half? What will be? How many 1/4 will make a half? So it will be 2. 2 1/4 will make a half. So here it is be 1 plus 1, that means 2/4. 2/4 means 1/2. So that means if we take 2 1/4, it gives us 1/2, that means half. Okay, next question is, how many 1/8 will make 1/4? Again it will be 2 1/8. 2 1/8 will make 1/4. So it will be 8, it will be 1 plus 1, that is 2/8. So 2/8 means 1/4. So 2 1/8 will make 1/4. And last one is, how many 1/8 are in 1/2? Very simple. 4 1/8 are in half, because if you see here, it is half portion, it is the half portion, and in this half portion there is 4 1/8. So if we add 4 1/8, so it will be 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, it is 4/8, that means 1/2. So that means 4/8 gives us half. Okay, next is the pattern. Look at this square. What part is colored blue? What part is green here? So if you look at this figure, you can see here it looks like a square. Now if we divide this square in equal parts, 16 equal parts, so it will be like that way. Okay, 16 equal parts. So from this figure you can say that out of 16 squares, 2 squares are colored in blue here, blue. So the part will be 2/16, that means 1/8. Okay, so if we divide denominator and numerator by 2 we are getting 1 by 8. So you can say that 1 by 8 part is colored blue. Okay, and now if you see again in this figure, you can say that out of 16 squares, one square colored green. Here it is green. So out of 16, the green colored part is 1, so the part will be 1 by 16. That means 1 by 16 part is colored green. Okay. Now we have to see the next, from a part to a whole. So this shows 1 by 5 petals of a flower. Okay, so complete the flower by drawing the other petals. Very easy. Here shown that this shows 1 by 5 petals, that means it is 1 out of total number of petal is 5. So if we add another 4 petal, so it will be the flower. Okay, next in this figure, the picture shows 1/3 of the blades of a fan. Complete the picture by drawing the other blades. Very simple. It is 1/3. 1/3 means total number of 1/3 means it is 1 part out of 3 part. So we have to add extra 2 part. It will be the, so here will be extra 2 parts. So it will be the total figure. Okay, now here in this figure, half of the blades of another fan are shown here. We have to complete the figure by drawing the other half. How many blades have you drawn? So here are half means we are having 2, so we have to add 2 other 2 blades here. Okay, so we need 2 more blades to draw this figure or complete this figure. Total blade number is 4. Now the next part is rupees and paisa. Here look it very carefully. How many 50 paisa will make 1 rupee? Very simple. 250 paisa coin make 1 rupee coin. Next is 50 paisa half of 1 rupee? Yes, 50 paisa is half of 1 rupee. Next is how many 25 paisa will make 1 rupee? Very simple. 25 into 4 is equal to 100, and 100 paisa means 1 rupee. So that means 425 paisa make 1 rupee. Next is 25 paisa is dash part of 1 rupee. What part? It will be 1 by 4 part. Okay, 20 paisa is what part of 1 rupee? It will be simple 1 by 5, because if we write 1 by 5 into 100, it gives us 20 paisa. Okay, so 20 paisa is 1 by 5 part of 1 rupee. How many 10 paisa will make 1 rupee? Very simple. 1 rupee means 100 paisa, and here it is how many 10 paisa. So what will be? If we multiply 10 with 10, that is 100. So that means we need 10 paisa to make 1 rupee. Next is, so 10 paisa is dash part of 1 rupee. What part? It will be 1 by 10 part. Okay, of the 1 rupee. Got it? Okay, now it is an old woman's wheel here. So very interestingly read this story, so you will have some idea about the whole and fractions. Now we'll check this timetable. It is Arun's timetable. Okay, so it is the Arun's timetable. Sleeping 1/3 of a day. So it is the 1/3 portion that is colored in pink of a day. Sleeping 1/3 of a day. Now use different colors to show. Here playing 1/8 of the day, studying 1/4 of the day. Okay, so how many hours does Arun take for sleeping, studying, playing? Very simple. We know that 24 hours in a day, and above figure contains 25 boxes here. Okay, so Arun spent 1/8 of a day for playing, so it will be 1/8 of 24, so it will be 3 hours. So Arun spent 3 hours of a day for playing, so here 3 hours means 3 box. Okay, so here you can color with different color, so it will be, you color it with the orange for 3 boxes. Next is he spent 1/4 of a day for studying, so 1/4 into 24, so it will be 6, so 6 hour means 6 boxes, so that means we have to mark 6 boxes for studying. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 for studying. So sleeping, playing, studying already completed. Next is the how many hours does Arun take for sleeping, studying and playing? So 8 hours for sleeping, 6 hours for studying and 3 hours for playing, already we have done. Next is what part of the day does he use for other activities? So already he used 7/24 part of the day for other activities, because total box is 24, so the remaining is, next 3 is for playing and next 6 is for studying and first 8 hours for sleeping. So total completed is 17 and total box is 24, so remaining number is 7. So he used 7/24 part of the day for other activities there. Okay, now it is the school magazine. A school has decided to bring out a magazine every quarter of the year. How many magazines will they have in a year? If they want to print it at the end of each quarter of a year, which are the months of printing? Mark the number for those months. Okay, so from the question it is given that school has decided to bring out a magazine every quarter of the year. Now we know that there are 12 months in a year. Yes, so there are 12 months in a year. 12 months in a year. So quarter of the year means, quarter means 1/4 of the 12 month. So it will be 12/4, that is 3. So 3 months. So for every 3 months school has to bring out a new magazine. Okay, so it will be 3, then after 3 months again it will be 6, after 3 months it will be 9, and after 3 months again it will be 12. So we got for every 3 months the school has to bring out a new image like that way. Okay, next is the Sleeping Beauty. Have you heard of Kumbhakarna, the brother of Ravana? He is famous for sleeping for half a year. Most people sleep about 8 hours a day. Then what part of a day it is? Very simple. We know 24 hours in a day. Okay, most of the people sleep about 8 hours a day, so it will be part 8/24. Okay, if we divide numerator and denominator by 8, we will get 1/3. Okay, so most of the people sleep about 8 hours a day, the part will be 1/3. Next is, so what part of a year do they sleep? A person 60 years old must have slept dash years. So what will be? A person with 60 years must have slept for, here it is the 1/3 part of a day. Okay, so it will be 1/3 of 60 year, that means it will be 20 years. So a person 60 years old must have slept for 20 years. Okay. Okay. Next is Kriti's shopping list. Now look at Kriti's shopping list. Here you can, if you see here, you will have the list, price list. 1 kg tomato cost 12 rupees, 1 kg potato cost 10 rupees, 1 kg onion cost 16 rupees, 1 kg carrot costs 18 rupees, and 1 kg curd cost 8 rupees. So first one is, how much does 2 kg of tomato cost? So 1 kg of tomato is equal to 12. So for 2 kg of tomato it will be 12 into 2, so it will be 24 rupees. Next one is, how much does half kg of tomato cost? Very simple, 1 kg of tomato equal to 12, so half kg will be 12/2, that is 6. Okay. Now Kiran wants 2 into 1/2 kg of tomato, how much will it cost? Very simple, for half, here it is 2.5, so for 2 kg it cost 12 into 2, that is 24, and for half kg of tomato it will be 6, half of 12, that is 6, so total is 24 plus 6, that is 30. So that means 2.5 kg tomato cost 30 rupees. Okay. Next is, how much does 3 1/2 kg potato cost? Very simple, half kg potato cost, for 1 kg it is, for potato it is 10, so for half kg it will be half into 10, that is 5 rupees, and for 3 kg it will be 10 into 3, that is 30, so total will be 30 plus 5, 35. So cost of 3 into 1/2 kg of potato will be 35 rupees. Next is, what is the price of 1 into 1/4 kg of carrot? So 1 kg carrot cost 18 rupees, so 1/4 kg of carrot will be 1/4 into 18, so it will be 9/2, that means 4.5. Okay, 4.5, and for 1 kg carrot it will be 18 rupees, so total will be 18 plus 4.5, that is 22.5. So 1 into 1/4 kg of carrot cost 22.5 rupees. Next one is question number F. He bought a gourd of weight 4 into 3/4 kg and it cost, what will be? From the price list, 1 kg of gourd is equal to 8 rupees. So for 4 kg gourd it will be 4 into 8, that is 32. Okay, and for 3/4 kg of gourd it will be 3/4 into 8, so it will be 6. So we can say that the cost of 4 into 3/4 kg of gourd, it will be 32 into 32 plus 6, that is 38 rupees. Okay. Next is, Look at the shopping list in Kriti's hand. How much will she give? Sorry, how much will she have to pay to buy all of these? So already we have got this potato. For potato, 2 into 1 by 4 kg per kg rupees 10, total cost will be 22.50. Carrot, 3 into 1 by 4 kg per kg 18 rupees, so it will be 67.50. And gourd is 1 into 1 by 2 kg per kg is rupees 8, so total price is 8. So if you add all this total, you will get 102 rupees. Okay. Now it is Rohim's journey. This is the practice time. Rohim's journey. Rohim has to travel 1 into 1 by 4 kilometer to reach school. What distance does he travel to go to school and come back home? Okay, so from this question it is given that to reach the school Rohim has to travel 1 into 1 by 4 km. So okay, so 1 into 1 by 4 km, we can write it like 5 by 4 km. Okay, so from school to home the distance is equal to 5 by 4 kilometer. Now total distance traveled by Rohim will be equal to 5 by 4 plus 5 by 4, because Rohim should travel this 5 by 4 kilometer in both of the direction. So if you add this, then it will be 5 by 4 plus 5 by 4, so it will be equal to 10 by 4. Okay, so 10 by 4 means 5 by 2, so we can write 5 by 2 by, we can write 5 by 2 like 2 into 1 by 2 kilometer. So therefore he traveled to go to school and come back home, the distance will be 2 into 1 by 2 kilometer. Okay, now next is at the railway station. Here you can do it yourself. Now here it is. What coins? Lata brought a pencil and a pen for 7.5 rupees and a half rupees. She gave rupees 10. The shopkeeper gave back the money in half and quarter rupees. What are the coins she got? Okay, so if you read this question very carefully, it is given that Lata bought a pencil and pen for rupees 7 into 1 by 2. Okay, now money given by Lata to the shopkeeper is equal to 10. Okay, so shopkeeper gave back the money. What will be? It will be 10 minus 7 into 1 by 2. 7 into 1 by 2, that means it will be 10 minus 15 by 2. Okay, so from here we can get 20 minus 15 by 2. So 20 minus 15 by 2 is equal to 25 by 10, that is 2.5. Okay, so shopkeeper gave back the money is equal to 2.5 rupees. Okay, so the shopkeeper can return the money 2.5 rupees in many ways. 1 half coin and 8 quarter rupees coin, or 2 half rupee coins and 6 quarter rupee coins, or 3 half rupees coin and 4 quarter rupees coin, otherwise 4 half rupees coin and 2 quarter rupees coin. Okay, got it? Okay, next is at railway station. Your attention please. Mangalore Express coming from Mangalore and going to Thiruvananthapuram is now running late by half an hour. Oh, the train is late today. The right time is a quarter to 7. What time is the train expected to come today? Is the question. The right time is a quarter to 7. Quarter to 7 means the time is 6:45. But train is delayed by half an hour. So half an hour means 30 minutes. So exact time train will arrive at will be 6:45 plus extra 30 minutes. So it will be 7:15. Okay. Next one is Nazia gets off at a station after 2 into 1 by 2 hours from his station. From this station, what time will she get off? So from this question we can say that Nazia gets off at a station after, that will be 2.5 hours. So you can write it like that way, 2.5 hours. We can write half in 30 minutes. So then total time taken by Nazia to reach will be 2:30 plus 7:15. So if you add it, we will have 9:45. Okay. And the last one is Saji will take 5 hours to reach Ernakulam by this train. At what time will he reach there? So from this question we can see that Saji will take 5 hours to reach Ernakulam. Saji will take 5 hours to reach Ernakulam. Okay. So then total time taken by Saji to reach Ernakulam will be 7:15 plus 5 hours extra. So it will be 12:15 hours. Okay. Okay. So now it is completed. So watch the video and try to do it yourself. Okay. Thank you.